Ladies and gentlemen, let's go racing here at Knoxville.
Only the best go 3 abreast.
It is show time at Williams Grove Speedway.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here at Eldora Speedway, it's showtime!
You got 'em for a rep. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the world of outlaws.
It's time to sit back, relax, and enjoy, because, ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime!
Set to do battle for 30 laps. The green flag is waving.
Hello again. It's MRN's Wing Nation, presented by Hercules Tires. Ride on our strength, and by Grunt Style. We are set talking sprint car racing, our favorite time of the week. Erin Evernham and Steve Post here, and we have got a great lineup of guests. We're going to talk to the Big Cat, who did Big Cat things again this weekend. This is 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
We've led off with Brad Sweet, of course, winner of the Knoxville Nationals. We're going to talk with Jeff Gluck, with jeffgluck.com. And normally we do 2 guests, but we got to talk to TK. We got to talk to Tim Kaeding after that 5th place run, so we're going to talk to him as well. And we're glad you joined us. Erin, the Knoxville hangover is in full effect.
Full effect. What an incredible week. I mean, the crowd we had at our shows, the atmosphere, it was a blast. And now that I've recovered on a little sleep, I got my voice back a little bit.
That's right, yeah. You've been dealing with that.
Now I'm hitting the depression stage.
Yeah, see, it's just, I am telling you, there's just, you just build up and build. And I think the thing that amazes me is you have such anticipation. You have this expectation, and then the event surpasses it.
Way surpasses it.
It's not even close to the expectation. And then, but then it's like, boom, and then you just collapse. And it's like, oh my God, you know, I mean, so it's been incredible. It really has been. Classic ink, screen printing and embroidery, hot topics. The Big Cat doing Big Cat things. I am telling you, what a career night for Brad.
Absolutely.
What a career week, but a career night.
Yeah, what did he say? He led every lap he was on the racetrack.
I mean, and I don't care what anyone says. When you go toe to toe with that green car, that 15 car, and you beat him at Knoxville for all the money, for all the chips, you win. If you lap the field and win the Knoxville Nationals, you still won the Knoxville Nationals. But I don't care when you have a red flag with 2 laps to go.
Green, white, checkered, and you know the 15 is sitting behind. You have that red flag to sit there and think about the 15.
Think about it.
Starting behind you.
And the way Brad ran that car on that thin inside lane, I mean, one misstep, and he's depressed like you wouldn't believe.
Overly cautious. You're in trouble. You're go at it too hard, you're gone. Like
Knoxville, Knoxville, overly cautious.
Yep.
Danny Dietrich told me he was qualified for the A-main. He got overly cautious.
Yeah.
Overly aggressive, you're in the same spot.
It is a ridiculously fine line to hit that bottom like he did.
With that 15 car behind you. And you can hear him out of your right ear because he's right there.
You can probably see him because he got close enough at points.
Yeah, exactly. The crowd videos. Have you seen some of the crowd? Oh, my gosh. The crowd videos have been phenomenal. So great stuff along the way. So, and we'll talk to Brad. A couple other hot topics. How about Aaron Reitzel? You know, we've talked all year long about the speed he has. And I know 4th isn't what he was looking for, although he's likely very happy with it, I'm sure. Yeah. But I'm telling you, that guy's a stud behind the wheel of a race car.
He absolutely is. 4th at the Knoxville Nationals is nothing to be ashamed of.
And 5th, Tim Kaeding. We're going to talk to Tim. I just think what Tim did with Jason Sidestall, I think to me, that's one of the set aside Brad Sweet. That to me, or maybe it's Carson Macedo as well.
I was just going to say, 4th, 5th, or 6th, I'm not sure any of us would have had them placed there.
Absolutely. Carson Macedo, what he did in Jason's number 41 car was amazing. So great stuff there at Knoxville. How about this? Dale Blaney at Sharon Speedway. 3rd start of the year. Dale's been dealing with some injuries.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I talked to Leah, and I didn't get any details, but she said he's doing better, and some injuries on a work-related job. I didn't realize Dale worked. I think that's the part. I'm not sure that the injury part shocked me. I think the work part shocked me.
Yeah, true story.
But 3rd start of the season, picked up the win, 29th straight year that he's had a 410 win.
That's cool.
So it's no Danny Smith. You know, but he's not quite.
Or Sammy or whoever else has,
and finally, Cap Henry picked up the win in the Great Lakes Dirt National at Mansfield, $20,000. So great stuff across the board. It really, truly was. There you have it, your Classic Ink screen printing embroidery hot topics, classicinkusa.com. That's www.classicinkusa.com. Stay with us. The Big Cat, Brad Sweet, the Knoxville Nationals champion. He joins us next.
The National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum is proud to open the Brian Clausen Suite Tower in 2018. Located next to the museum, it's a testament to the sprint car community's commitment to honor Brian Clausen's legacy while helping the museum sustain financial stability into the future. To donate to the Brian Clausen Suite Tower and help cover construction costs, visit bcforever.com or call the museum directly at 800-874-4488. Bring your friends by the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum next time you visit Knoxville.
For over 50 years, drivers in sprint car, midget, micro, modified, and even dirt late model have taken the checkered flag on Weld Racing Wheels. Legendary drivers like Joe Saldana, Carl, Mark, and Steve Kinzer, Doug Wolfgang, and countless other racers have trusted Weld Racing Wheels for their superior strength and lightweight construction to finish ahead of the competition. With 50 years of race-winning engineering and technology, American-made Weld Racing Wheels are designed and built to withstand virtually any abuse you throw at them. Weld Racing. Proven speed.
O'Reilly. Defend your vehicle from harmful elements and restore shine with Armor All Original Protectant. For a limited time, O'Reilly Auto Parts has a great deal on a 16-ounce bottle of Armor All Protectant for $4.99. Renew, revitalize, and protect your vehicle with Armor All Protectant. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better prices every day.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Find Wing Nation on iTunes, Google Play, YouTube, and in the MRN.com Media Center.
Welcome back. It is MRN's Wing Nation, presented by Hercules Tires. Right on our strength. Let's go right to it. The Weld Racing Hotline. He's actually one of the Weld Racing drivers, as a matter of fact. But bigger than that, he is a Knoxville Nationals champion. The Big Cat, Brad Sweet, joins us. Hello, Brad. Welcome back to Wing Nation.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
What has the last 61 or 62 hours of your life been like?
Been kind of tired and hungover. And then I drink a little bit more and keep celebrating because I don't want to stop. But yeah, it's been unreal watching all the videos and fan stuff and just reliving it. It happened so quick that night. It was kind of surreal. And then just flying home and then kind of getting home and then just being able to look through everything and kind of relive it and it's real. So it's real. Cool.
Yeah,
it's real.
Brett, talk about your emotions during the race. 50 laps is a long time. You are leading at halfway. You have a red flag there. You get time with your crew. Then you have a red flag with 3 to go, but we keep talking about because Shots is behind you. But talk about your emotions in the car.
Yeah, I actually stayed pretty calm. I was surprised. I mean, once the green fell and I led, laps, and especially when I led to the halfway, I knew that I could win the race at that point, because if you hold them up for 25 laps, and we had a really good car, and we kept driving away from them, and it was just handling good through lap traffic and everything. So it was just everything I wanted it to do. So I just tried to stay focused. Got the break, and I, new tires, and filled back up with fuel, and basically just kind of told myself just 25 more laps, just do what you just did, and you'll win. And I thought we were doing pretty good there, and that caution came out, and with 2 to go, and that was kind of worst case scenario because I felt like it was just I had to hit the bottom, for those 2 laps, and if one little mistake, the top was just honestly an easier groove, and it had enough speed that one little slip up, I don't even drive right by. So it was a tricky situation to be in, but hopefully I buckled down and was able to nail those 2 laps. So it did not make it easy on me, but I wouldn't have dreamed it any other way to win it like that.
Let's talk a little bit about nailing the last 2 laps. And Erin mentioned a little bit. Of course, Erin's got a lot of laps around Knoxville as well. Nailing 2 laps at a racetrack is difficult in itself. But to me, the challenge of the bottom is Knoxville. If you go too conservative, you're done. If you go too aggressive, you're done. Can you describe what that's like to have to be right there in that sweet spot?
Yeah, I feel like you have about a foot or 2, leeway there. That's about it. If you get into the berm a little too much, it kind of spits you out. And if you're, a foot outside of the groove, you end up out in the middle of the racetrack. So, it's very, very tricky. And it was something that I've just worked on for the last 3 or 4 years, just really committing to trying to figure out, with my hands and my feet and how to get my car to handle down there with running that bottom. But nothing would prepare me for, two 2 perfect laps like that with Tony stopped pushing me. So not really sure how I did it at this point. Like when I watch the replay, it's like, oh my goodness, he was so close. But I just kind of tried to stay as calm as I could, and I knew if I could just get to the exit, and get the throttle down and be in the moisture, then I had a good shot to keep them behind me. So it's pretty. I think a lot of people that know, that have driven the sprint cars and realize that, how hard that bottom is to hit, probably can appreciate it a lot, the type of pressure that was there. But, even the fans, I think a lot of them, just stare in awe or tell me good stories or show me good videos from up in the stands. So I think it was just one of those nights where everything went my way.
It was incredible. I mean, there was not much of a bottom, and I certainly have all the respect in the world for what you did. Brad, talk about the first few hours after the race, the chaos, the excitement. I actually had the honor of watching the race with your sister and your dad, and it was so cool to watch them and to see their nervousness the last few laps. But talk about just after the race. I mean, the emotion, the response, maybe some interesting text messages. I don't know. Just talk about the first few hours after the race.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it just felt surreal being up there on the stage, and taking those pictures. Like, it just felt like a dream. It didn't feel like it actually happened. But, as soon as I took the checker, it was just relief, like I finally had done it. That was what the goal was. And those last 2 hours were so stressful, I think I held my breath. So I was just relieved. I got to the scales and then kind of pulled into victory lane and just seeing the crowd and hearing everybody. I kind of, just got teared up and was just like, it just kind of consumed me for a minute, and then just pure excitement from that point on. Just wanted to celebrate with friends and family, but you have to do the media deal, and then by the time we got back down, to the track, from that, all my family and closest friends were still there, and signed some autographs with some fans, and we drank a few beers in the pits, and then headed out to go party with the fans, and actually went up on stage with Tim Duggar, and the crowd was just so into it, and they were so enthusiastic. It was just a night I'll never forget for sure. Yeah,
but who in their right mind plans an early morning flight after the Knoxville Nationals? that had to be a trick.
Yeah, my wife. But actually, it worked out okay because I still got to go and enjoy a great night with all the fans, and but I've been really itching to be home. So when it was about 5 o'clock and time to head to the airport, she just came and found me, and I hopped in the car, and on no sleep and probably not the best knowing person, headed to the airport and got on a flight and ended up home on Sunday before noon. So it actually worked out really good, and happy to be home and happy to be kind of here with my family now.
I can only imagine. I really can. That's phenomenal along the way. The sport is so strange in the way the schedule is. You've won the biggest prize of the year. Okay, you won. You're the winner. You've got this. But now you got to go do the rest of the season as far as that goes. And to me, it's fascinating you're a lot better off than guys that struggled at Knoxville. The guys that struggled at Knoxville, I don't know how you get up and get going again. But how do you? I mean, you got a few more days before you go up to North Dakota. When do you start to say, okay, we got River Cities, we got to get up on the wheel on that little bull ring there? What's the thought process to get to the next one?
Yeah, that's a good question. I haven't really thought too much about the next one yet, but I mean, it's just what we do. We do this so much, and night in, night out, it's kind of like second nature, So once you get there, and it's in front of you, and it's what you got to do. The team will have the car ready, and we'll go out and do our job, and then we'll just kind of get in the rhythm. But I actually do get kind of excited for the West Coast swing. Not a lot of the other guys do, I don't think. But this is kind of the swing where it's really relaxed. You're kind of coming home. It's the last stretch of the season. I'll get to be home pretty much every week now. I'm just only out on the weekends, so it just gets a lot calmer. All the teams mesh a lot better now. Not everyone's not real uptight, so everyone gets along real well. You'll see a lot of barbecues out on the road and people hanging out. So it just gets a lot calmer, and everyone just kind of finishes the season out. It seems like it's a little less intense, but there's still good big racing coming up. So we're looking forward to it.
Looking forward to it indeed, and I know we'll talk to you about it at Placerville coming up, where you're promoting a race on, what is it, Wednesday night? What's the date of that one?
Wednesday, September 12th, yeah.
Yes, we'll talk about that as we get closer to it. Well, Brad, congratulations. You gave sprint car fans, all of us, just another big thrill and on a major accomplishment on the career and everything else. Congratulations, and thanks for the time.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me on. I appreciate everything you guys do for our sport, too. So, thanks.
We have a ball. There you go. That's the big cat, Brad Sweet. Funny you say you hung with your dad, with his dad. Okay, you're getting choked up about it.
Well, no, I'm still struggling with my cold. Sorry about that.
No, that's all right. That's funny because I hung with Brad's dad, too, because his nervous energy had him sweet hopping in between races.
Oh, gosh, he was pacing and trying to play calm.
I saw him in two different suites. He says, are you following me or I following you? I said, I got nothing on the line. You got a lot going on. So what a great story. What a great family. What a great win for Kasey Kahne and the team. Casey's going to join us Saturday on our Wing Nation presented by Sage Fruit on MAV TV. We need to step away. When we come back, we're going to talk to Jeff Gluck and we're going to talk to Tim Kaeding. Stay with us.
The American Sprint Car Series is back for its 27th year. Whether you're catching the Lucas Oil ASCS National Tour at tracks like Williams Grove, Skagit Speedway, Knoxville Raceway, Lucas Oil Speedway, or any of the 6 regional tours across the United States, you'll find the ASCS Nation racing at a track near you. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram today. Then see the full schedule, track-by-track history, updates, and more at ASCSRacing.com.
Whatever you drive, wherever you go, Hercules Tires will get you there. Whether you're running on dirt or running a job, our dependable, high-quality tires are the perfect fit for your needs. For unmatched value, selection, and warranty with industry-leading road hazard protection, there's only one choice: Hercules Tires. To learn more, visit HerculesTire.com or call 800-677-9535. Hercules Tires, right on our strength.
Looking for custom racewear and embroidery? Do you want your race fans to represent your race team with trendy original apparel? Contact Classic Ink USA, the new standard in custom screen printing and embroidery, located in Greater Pittsburgh. Classic Ink USA's professional staff utilizes state-of-the-art facilities to transform your ideas into an attractive wearable piece. From custom track swag racewear to trendy quick crew wear, Classic Ink handles it all. Find out how you can get started. Contact Classic Ink USA Screen Printing and Embroidery at the track and on your back.
Hi, I'm Donnie Schatz, and you're listening to Wing Nation on MotorRacingNetwork.com.
Welcome back. It is MRN's Wing Nation, presented by Hercules Tires, right on our strength. Erin Evernham and Steve Post having a ball reliving Knoxville, and it's great from the different perspectives. Erin's a racer, suited up and ran the Knoxville Nationals a couple of times. I've been out there probably 5 or 6 years now along the way, but what I love is all the different perspectives, and there's some people that have been to most of them, you know what I mean? Yeah. But all the perspectives, and a guy that I have a lot of respect for and I've always enjoyed his work, gave us the unique perspective of a rookie going to the Knoxville Nationals. You can catch his great writing at jeffgluck.com, and Jeff joins us on the line. Hello, Jeff. Welcome into Wing Nation.
Oh, thank you, guys. I'm so happy to be here. I've been dreaming about sprint cars the last couple nights here since I slept. It's really weird. Like, I wake up and I'm like, wow, I had like sprint car dreams all last night. So I've definitely been having withdrawals, and I had a fantastic time there, amazing experience, and definitely hope to be back in for years to come. It was a pretty cool, pretty special weekend.
Awesome. Jeff, talk about the weekend. What were your, maybe if you had expectations going into it, if they were, obviously it sounds like they were exceeded, but talk about what, I mean, we try to describe it as we all love sprint car racing, but for someone new, what made it so special? Was it the people and them being so welcoming? Was it the energy? Was it the racing itself? Like what was it that made it such a great week for you?
That's an interesting question, because I thought that, I went to the Chili Bowl for the first time this year, and I thought that was really amazing. And when I told people how much I liked it, everybody's like, well, if you like the Chili Bowl, then you have to go to Knoxville. And I was kind of like, okay, I mean, I'll go check it out, but I didn't really know what to expect, and I thought it's going to be really hard to beat the Chili Bowl because that was such a cool event. But I actually think that I did like Knoxville better than the Chili Bowl, and Chili Bowl is still great, but I love the fact that everybody is just sort of centered around this area, and it spills over into the town, and it's just like you walk around, there's this whole big community in one place, and you just see everybody, And then the racing is just like so thrilling. I think you have such a good combination of the atmosphere and the excitement and the build up to the event. The racing itself, the track is cool, the setting, just everything. Like it was just so fun to be there. Each day, just getting there and having it sort of build up and all the things going on, whether it's the events at the Hall of Fame or you just see everybody at the Dingus partying. You'd walk by and see them through the fence, and it's just everything that goes into it. And then, of course, on top of that, though, like the racing is just so spectacular. Probably the best race I've ever seen in my life. So,
wow.
I just think that all adds up to just an incredible event. And one more thing too, like I just think it's such a hidden gem. Like the fact that it's not on TV, and I was sort of stunned by like there's no really national media there aside from the sprint car regulars. Like all the motorsports media is in Michigan for NASCAR. And it's like, wow, you guys are really missing out here. Like, but I think people are sort of like, they're cool with it being a great kept secret because they know it's fun.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's kind of fascinating.
Yeah.
In your blog on Friday night into Saturday, it's like everyone is welcoming, but everyone's kind of like, oh, we're good with this being what it is. Jeff, I think one of the things, I think a misnomer on this, we've kind of said NASCAR writer Jeff Gluck comes to the Chili Bowl, and I kind of feel like that needs to be corrected a little bit. You do a lot of NASCAR coverage, but this year has been fascinating following you with JeffGluck.com because you mentioned it in the Chili Bowl. You've done a couple IndyCar races. I prefer motorsports writer, but just describe a little bit about the variety of racing that you've covered this year and the basis you come from with the rave reviews you've given the Knoxville Nationals.
Well, I've actually been slowly sort of changing my profiles over the last year to motorsports writer off NASCAR writer because I'm slowly discovering, and I am admittedly late to the game here, like all the other forms of racing in this country and how great they are. I think that the thing is that for people like me who didn't grow up in motorsports and didn't come from a racing family or anything like that, the first race I ever went to was a NASCAR race in 2004, and that was the first race I covered. So my entry into motorsports was NASCAR. So to me, all those first few years in racing is just NASCAR. And so if you're like a stick and ball sports fan and you're getting into racing, I think for a lot of people in this country, that's how you get into it. And slowly you can sort of start to expand beyond that. But it sort of takes people saying, hey, you need to go to this, or dragging you to something else and then opening your eyes to it because you get so NASCAR focused. And that's such the big gorilla in the country, I guess, when it comes to motorsports. That's just what you get attached to. So it's sort of like, oh, wow, there's a lot of other great stuff out there. There's like every week all over the country, there's all sorts of cool stuff. And even as I've now gone to like Chili Bowl and Knoxville Nationals and stuff, now there's people saying, well, now you got to go to the World 100, or now you got to come up to Super Dirt Week, the modified stuff up in New York, or, and so now I'm like, well, now there's even more stuff I got to do. But this was just not on my radar as a stick and ball sports fan turned racing fan. And so it's been sort of like a discovery for me.
Amazing discovery it is, and you just do such a wonderful job covering it. We're glad you had a chance to come to the Knoxville Nationals. Jeff, the website, jeffgluck.com, and you're in a fascinating business because there's even a way if sprint car fans want to follow you. What is the support mechanism they can do as well on that, Jeff?
Well, I'm on patreon.com, but I typically don't really refer people to go there because, I guess if people like really enjoy my work after a while, it'd be great to have their support there. I'm like a fan-funded, reader-funded site, but I don't like. I would prefer people enjoy it for a while first before they feel like they have to pledge something or want to pledge something because it's just I don't want to just be like, give me money.
Yeah.
But that is how I get to all the races and make a living and stuff. But it's just I'm just really having fun because when I was at USA Today, there's no way that I would be able to go to events like this. In this country right now, especially with a web-based business, sports editors are like, well, what's going to get me the most clicks? Where's the biggest audience? So that's why so much of it goes to NASCAR. And if I was going to say, well, can I go to Knoxville Nationals, they would have said no, for sure. So the fact that I'm reader funded now has allowed me to have the freedom to get to these things. So that's what sort of made it really special.
One Airbnb and Uber ride at a time. Jeff Gluck is traveling America and covering the motorsports. Jeff, had fun chatting with you, today on the program, but out in Knoxville as well. And I guess my question is, will I see you in Bristol?
You will see me in Bristol. And for those of you who listen to this, I'm also now trying to squeeze another World of Outlaws race in my schedule.
Nice. I love it.
I'm like, I had so much fun. I was like, I can't just go the whole year. So, as you guys know, the Outlaws are into the West Coast swing soon. I happen to live in Oregon. So there's a midweek race right before the Brickyard 400 Willamette Speedway in Oregon. It's about an hour and a half from me. So I'm trying to rearrange my schedule to make sure I can get there. Yeah.
We got a new fan. Sweet.
Jeff, thank you so much for coming on the show, and I'll see you this weekend, but thanks again for joining us.
Yep, you guys got it. Great to talk to you and great to see you both in Knoxville.
There we go. Jeff Gluck, jeffgluck.com. I've had so much as you know, NASCAR, MRN, we're the voice of NASCAR. So we do a lot of work in NASCAR, and Jeff's one of those reporters that came into our sport, and I've always had huge respect for him. And he's one of those guys that as you go further, you get more respect for him.
Yeah.
A lot of people, it goes the other way, but he just keeps growing.
His writing is incredible, and the way he covered he got it. He got Knoxville. So go check out his website and read his articles.
Absolutely. And if you enjoy it, then there is the support mechanism as well. I know he's very reserved in telling you that, but I'm not reserved at all. In case you didn't notice.
We know that.
I'm missing, what I'm missing, Erin? I'm missing the Iowa beer bus next to us. That's what I'm missing.
I'm missing your karaoke right now.
Oh, no, we don't need that.
Should we play it on the website again?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, next week, but next week never comes. Let's go back to the Weld Racing Hotline, because joining us after an absolutely amazing fifth-place run at the Knoxville Nationals, Tim Kaeding is on the line. TK, welcome back. Oh, he's not yet here. Okay. He's not yet here. We're trying to wake him up. He's a pool boy in California.
Yes.
So let's do this. Let's jump away. Let's take a break, and then we'll be back, and we'll see if we can catch up with Tim Kaeding. Stay with us. More Wing Nation in just a moment.
If it's time to replace your vehicle's battery, stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts and take advantage of our exclusive Do It Right rebate. For a limited time, purchase a Superstart Premium, Extreme, or Platinum battery and get up to a $15 O'Reilly gift card by mail. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better better prices every day. Limit supply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Aggressive Hydraulics, where we engineer the cylinders that move your business. We specialize in designing and manufacturing purpose-built, application-specific hydraulic cylinders with superior precision and performance, making OEM products stronger, crafting cylinders that operate on a global basis in a wide variety of industries and applications. Get aggressive with your cylinder challenges. AggressiveHydraulics.com.
Sage Fruit is a high-quality grower, packer, and shipper of Washington State apples, pears, and cherries. Sage Fruit believes in sprint car racing. Sage Fruit has been a proud sponsor of sprint cars for the last 15 years and a proud partner of Wing Nation for the last 3 years. We love sprint car racing, and we are there for our sprint car fans. Sage Fruit works hard to deliver an exceptional eating experience. We value our relationship with sprint car fans and appreciate your continued support of Sage Fruit. Ask for Sage Fruit at your local grocer.
This is Danny Dietrich, and you're watching MRN's Wing Nation on MRN.com.
Welcome back. It is MRN's Wing Nation, presented by Hercules Tires, right on our strength. A great story we talked about at the top of the show. Coming out of Knoxville was the fifth-place run of Tim Kaeding aboard the Sides Bar and Grill, number 3 car, okay? Yes. TK joins us on the program. Tim, welcome back to Wing Nation.
No problem. Thanks for having me on. Been a long trip home. I got home about 3 o'clock this morning, so wide awake here at 9 o'clock in beautiful Pacifica, California this morning.
There we go. No doubt about it. You and Jason put this deal together earlier this year to run a few California races. Of course, Mother Nature won as many of those as anyone else. And then you decided
I think she won more.
She did win more, yeah. And so you decided, hey, let's put our toe in the water here and look at Knoxville. I don't know. I mean, there's 4 guys that did better than you on the racetrack, but you've got to be happy. You've got to be pretty satisfied with what you guys pulled off.
It was something that we put together, just didn't really have anything going on. And, Jason said, hey, let's talk about nationals and we'll try to get some money together and go have some fun. And that was the key to it all. I drove for Steve Kinser in 2006 and he said, I want you to have fun and win races. And Jay asked me to have fun and do the best that I possibly could all weekend. And I stuck to my guns, and I did what I came there to do, and that was have fun again and driving sprint cars and being around friends and family. And, I stuck to my guns. I told Jay I was going to make the bottom work all weekend, and that's, kind of what Brad did, and that's what I did as well.
Tim, what is it about Knoxville that suits your driving style so well? I mean, you're fast everywhere you go, but I've seen you in a number of different cars run really well at Knoxville. What is it about the racetrack or the surface that just works for you?
I went there in 2002, I think. It was one of my first couple of years going there. Talked with a good friend of mine. He said, you got to learn how to run the bottom at this place. We went there in 2002 and won a race right off the get-go going back there. Didn't have the greatest nationals, but it was something I learned young that you had to run the bottom. You always grew up watching Danny Lasowski, Terry McCarl. Those guys could run the bottom at Knoxville better than 97% of the people in the United States. And it showed. Nationals came around. They were good all weekend, and then the bottom would kind of slick off and go away, and you couldn't really make any ground off of it. But the bottom, it's the ball and string effect. The top, it takes you a little bit of time to get going, but you get your momentum going. And the bottom is where if you can get your car to stick and run around there, you're going to be that much faster. But it's Knoxville. I mean, you're either good there or you suck. We were horrible there last year, and this year we ran top 5. I don't even know how it happened. We were probably 15th or 16th on the turnaround, and I never left the bottom, and we had a game plan and stuck to it. And I had a great group of guys around me. I felt like it was a NASCAR pit stop, and those guys changed gears, changed tires, did some other things to the race car, and we went out and drove the daylights out of that thing and had fun, and that was all that mattered about it.
That is all that matters about it. Tim, we are we definitely wanted to slide you in here, so it's not gonna be the longest interview we've ever done. I guess final question for you: what's next? I mean, is what's next for you in California? I know you've been running some out there. I know you actually been coming to the Midwest and running with Lundster a little bit. I don't know. Do you have something? What's next, or is next just getting through the next couple of days and seeing what's next?
The first thing I got on my agenda right now is moving up north to Chico. I can't wait to see my little guy. That's the biggest thing that's going on. But, get out of here. We got a race, it's a 360 race this weekend. I think me and Jay may have done some stuff for Gold Cup. I may race one or two of the outlaw shows out west, but mainly just cleaning pools, having fun, living my life, and being around my little boy and watching him grow up to run a little muck, you know what I mean? Him, Al Hurst, daughter hung out a little bit yesterday, and they were goofing off, having fun. So I got a lot of those pictures. It was awesome, and just being a dad and having fun. That's my biggest thing right now in life. And when racing comes about, I jump in a car and I'll go have some fun doing it.
And you gave us a lot of fun watching you roll through the field in the second half of that one, that's for sure. Tim, thanks for the time. Enjoy the family time along the way, and I'm fairly confident we'll see you around the horn here somewhere along the way.
Oh, I'm sure you will. We know I pop in and out like a cold, so I'll stay around.
There you go. Thanks again, bud. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Stephen.
You got that. Absolutely. TK, the one and only.
Oh, the one and only.
The one and only, and that's what makes this such a great story. Sure it really does. And I wish we had more time to talk about more stories. We got to talk a little bit about our Sprint Car Hall of Fame. Listen to this birthday today. Ron Shaver. One of my favorite people on the planet. When I see him, I laugh because he's just a funny guy. And when I listen to him, I just feel like I'm in the presence of, I am in the presence of genius.
Yes.
I mean, that's Donnie Schatz's engine builder, but I was reading a little bit about him. He's a 2012 inductee into the Sprint Car Hall of Fame, and it's amazing. A former drag racer, sprint car racing, and umpteen zillion championships with Brett Kaeding, and with, just absolutely amazing. So, Ron Shaver. Hey, it's the Edge. Brian Monteith's birthday today, too. Okay, Hal Robson's birthday Thursday. Granville Hank Henry, Tommy Estes Jr., Steve Stapp, and Mike Peters have birthdays. Hall of Fame, what an amazing week.
Wow.
At the Hall of Fame.
It was packed. Shane Carson had those autograph sessions constantly.
Yes.
I know I talked to Lacey Saturday morning, and all Wednesday, Thursday, Friday have been record-setting days for the Hall of Fame.
Nice. Good stuff.
Compared to previous years. So I'll be curious to see what Saturday was like.
Absolutely. Well, Saturday, we were there doing that autograph session, and it was a three-ring circus.
Absolutely.
In the greatest sense of three-ring circuses. And actually, that's where I watched the races from, and that place was alive, a beehive of activity. I mean, it was crazy. Just absolutely amazing stuff. So great stuff from the Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum. Upcoming here, we're going to take a little different step on Thursday. We're going to go talk to our friends. We don't even know the people. Talk to new friends. Trailway Speedway has a 410 race. That's that 358 track that runs Friday nights in central Pennsylvania.
A lot of micros.
So we're going to talk to those folks. And Saturday, on MRN's Wing Nation, presented by Sage Fruit on MAV TV, we talked to the Big Cat. We'll talk to the Big Cat's boss. Casey Kane is going to join Ashley Strummy and I there. So I just all of our partners, all of our sponsors, all of our friends, and all of Wing Nation, Erin, we just can't thank everyone enough for the memories. Set aside advertiser sponsors. What we come out of Knoxville with is memories.
Oh, absolutely. Every show is fantastic, but Saturday will be one that I remember for a lifetime. Unreal.
The crowd there, the fun, the energy between Tony Stewart and his group and Gary Selzy and his group. I don't know that we've never had a bigger show, and I don't think I've ever laughed so hard on the air in my life.
Me too.
It was absolutely amazing. So, hey, we appreciate Brad Sweet, Jeff Gluck, and Tim Kaeding for joining us. More important than all of that, though, thank you for joining us here today.
Wing Nation has been brought to you by Hercules Tires and by Grunt Style. Wing Nation can be found on demand at MRN.com, iTunes, Google Play, YouTube, and SoundCloud. Wing Nation is a production of the Motor Racing Network. All rights reserved.